What's up, Riz? How's it going? I'm back. I'm alive! Saturday. So, definitely gonna be here on Final Fantasy XIV. Or at least I think so. But no, I will be back with more Nier tomorrow night, most likely. We will be having the RIP tumbles. It's definitely gonna be depending on how I feel after that, but as of now, we'll say that it will happen. Because I really want to do it. I want to get back to Nier. I haven't been on the last couple days. I've been hanging out with a friend after work, so nothing serious, nothing to worry about. I just haven't been here. But I'm here now. Gonna be trying to do some Rival Wings, like I was saying. Steven and Minato, what's up? How are all three of you so far? How's the weekend been? How's Saturday? I know, could be busy. I know it's Memorial Day weekend in the US. Things get pretty busy. Actually, like the local store that I go to if I don't feel like going to the next town over, the variety is very small, so I don't go that often. Not many people do, but, it seemed like everybody in town was at the store today. It was wild. So, I'm gonna go ahead and actually, getting a good old duty finder for Rival Wings. If anybody wants in on it, just let me know. Hopefully I can win a few games tonight. Saturday was alright, good. Ended up leaving work today. Oof. I hope it was a good reason and not a bad reason, Steven. But I assume it was probably pretty busy at work with the weekend. Okay. Wait shouldn't be too long. Gonna make a quick trip to the Gold Saucer. Try to round up a little MGP real quick while I can. What's up, Mira? It was alright. It's okay. Really didn't do a whole lot. I hung out with Choco all day, and I made hamburgers. Also did laundry and gave Choco a bath. It's like the highlight of my day. Honestly, it was the best she's ever did during a bath. Ever. In her whole life. The only bad part about it, it's something we're still gonna have to work on, getting Choco out of the bath. It sounds simple in words. Getting Choco out of the bath, just pick her up. Oh, but if only that was the easy part. Choco has this thing where and I have to use my indoor shower, so I've gotta clean it every time after. Kind of pointless to even say, really, but anyway. So this is what happens. She gets onto the edge of the tub and tilts her head forward like she is better than she was than when she went in. I'm proud. I'm clean. So when you pick her up, she is already an additional 5 pounds heavier. She's not too heavy at all. She probably weighs about 40 pounds when she's wet. Maybe that. Maybe not even that. Okay, so I set her down. And this is the crucial point. If you have a pet and you actually bathe your pet and to keep them clean, you actually know about this, especially if it's a dog. As soon as that thing has all 4 paws planted on solid ground, immediately it starts shaking all over the place. Water goes everywhere. So we're still working on that. But, yeah, it was definitely a fun day. Other than that little thing, she was phenomenal. She even had this weird little bend where she's let me get up under the pits. Oh, it's great. She knew what I was doing. The symmetry. You'll put it this way, the last time you ever left work because of health was about 5 or 6 years ago. Oh, wow. So it was a health issue. Man. I hate to hear that. I hope that you're doing better now. But I can understand yesterday at work. Like, unfortunately do not work in temperature controlled environment, and it is very hot here in Georgia. It's already in the 90s during the day or the evening, and it's brutal, really brutal. And when you're working inside of a building and with no air conditioning, they give you like fans. Like, we have a shit ton of fans in this place, but they only blow like hot air back onto you, so it's pretty brutal. So I kind of understand. I didn't really leave work yesterday, but I wanted to. I feel like shit. Doing pretty good, Mira. Thank you for asking. Hopefully you're doing pretty good as well. So I think it's totally weird that in Shadowbringers they're taking Protect away. It just seems like a recipe for failure, in my opinion. But I don't know. We'll see how it works out. Red Mage hit 70, nice. And congrats! That Red Mage level 70 is fun. Oh, that's not good. You got an oppressor coming. 5th level 70. Nice. Ah! Coming at me out of nowhere. Okay, they have a right to be mad at their oppressor operator right now. He's just attacking people. Really wanting to play Shadowbringers. Yeah, I'm in that same position, but luckily, I've got loads of time on my hands. And in the air to also play. But I'm actually excited for that little treasure trove thing coming up, the Moogle event. I'm a little, like, worried it's going to be a little too grindy. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be hard to rope people into a lot of the things they're wanting to try to rope people into. That's another biggie that I think's a little weird. Like, trying to do the things you really definitely do not want to do just to get some is it tombstones that we're getting? I think it is, like some kind of like tombstone or scripts maybe that you just trade to the Moogles for prizes. I mean, they're cool prizes, they're legit. It's like mounts, orchestration rolls, a lot of shit that people really, you know, didn't want to have to like pay for with real money. So that is good, but like, I don't know. It just seems so grindy. And it just, honestly, like, the biggest thing that I wonder, too, is, like, how many people are out here really going to be trying to do all this? I'm hoping for the best, though. So we can pull DPS, too? Whoa, whoa, whoa. With Protect Gun, tanks can now instantly book it at the start of the dungeon. Well, I guess that's a good thing in some ways. I just like, I think of it this way. What's a good scenario? I mean, it'll probably balance out well. They know the math. I don't know the math. I'm just blindly looking at it just from a player's point of view. And literally, I guess miscellaneously placed, what was I gonna, complacency. So there is that as well. That's the thing that's gonna disrupt me the most, being so used to doing so many of these rotations that are gonna end up switching up a little bit. I mean, it'll be for the better, though. They've really got me wanting to try out the Gunbreaker. I mean, I'm definitely not gonna switch mains, because I mean, I'm not ever really probably gonna be a tank main. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love to play the game, but I like my responsibility level just a little toned down. I like to talk. So with that, it gets me very limited. The more focused that I gotta be, the less I can actually try to focus in and engage on a good conversation. I've enjoyed watching reactions of the YouTubers for job actions. I'm more nervous, really, than, I mean, I'm excited, don't get me wrong, I'm super excited. But I got a lot of work right off the bat I'm gonna have to, like, put in. But honestly, like, this is a situation too. Like, I heavily rely on Protect when I'm in PvP. So I wonder how that's really gonna affect. Like, that was a good example I was gonna bring up, but got sidetracked on my thoughts. Damn, they're just like quadruple striking me out there. So, anybody excited for that RIP Tumbles tomorrow? Doing the Death Nut Challenge? Like, in your head, you're probably saying it's a peanut. It's not that bad. Believe me, it's that bad. 13 million Scoville units bad. I've never had anything that hot. Ever. Man, they're rolling in deep. I don't think we're gonna win this round. You're gonna play with the Gunbreaker during early access? I'm not. Like, I know that's gonna be what a lot of people are doing during the early access period. I don't really even want to touch any of that stuff till, like, I've got at least Summoner caught up, and maybe what Mage. Summoner for sure. My first initial jumping into the game, or the expansion rather, is like as soon as it drops, straight Summoner, finishing up all the story that I can, getting the best gear that I can, getting everything ready to run some just really fun content, maybe get it on some EX, whatever the EX will be at that moment in time. I'm so ready for it though. Like, that's a big thing for me too, it's just that big huge flow of more story coming in. Oh, I'm so happy. But I will say Gunbreaker will be one that will happen, definitely. Now, honestly, I don't have a problem with Dancer, but it's probably not going to be one I jump on too quick. Nothing against it. Honestly, I don't know how I feel about the class. I'll have to play it on down the road, maybe. But there's still other ones in here that I think look really fun that I still haven't even dabbled with, like Ninja, still not even touched, Dragoon, not touched it. So that's the way I'm actually looking at it, but either way, it's still definitely super excited Definitely. Might grab Dancer. You're gonna level Machinist and Black Mage first. You don't know if you still wanna play Red Mage. Honestly, Red Mage is a lot of fun. It's not just one, it's actually a whole series. You could look it up. It's actually not the original Death Nut Challenge, that's actually discontinued, and it's very expensive, and seems like a waste of time since it's the version 2 of the original Death Nut Challenge, and it's actually hotter than the original. And honestly, it seems like a waste of my time to actually spend $100 on an original version that's discontinued, that's probably super stale. We did not do great in there. But, yeah. It's a spicy peanut. Again, it's like, it has the pure essence of heat with, gosh, I can't think of it right now. Anyway, yeah, 13 million Scoville units. That's pretty intense. I feel like it'll be less blag going into a support role. Could be. It looks like the Dancer and the Gunbreaker, though, or at least the way I look at it, it looks like they're gonna have some weird hand-in-hand play. If, like, you can actually kind of, like, pair them well together, so to speak. Honestly, it may apply to all tanks with the Dancer. I mean, it's definitely a support-esque class. I mean, I don't know, we'll see how it goes. One of the things I was noticing in the Summoner video is the Aether Flow that changed. The Aether Flow wasn't, in like the job trailer, it wasn't 3 bars for the Aether Flow, it was only 2. So that's something else that's got me a little messed up about. I don't know. Swallow it whole. I don't know, I'm gonna chew it up. Definitely gonna chew it up. I'm gonna savor. There's actually rules for it. This is the way it goes. This is the Death Nut Challenge. I'll explain it tomorrow as I do it. I got the free time now. I've got average wait time 11 minutes. We'll probably get in there before that. But this is the actual Death Nut Challenge, how it goes. You start at the first level, and I can't remember the peppers. I'll tell you them tomorrow as I do it. I'll literally already have it. It's come in the mail, so I'm ready for this. I just gotta like get prepped and ready tomorrow for it and everything. And it'll be around 9 p.m. EST, for anybody curious about that time. When I do my RP tumbles, it's always right before my late night stream, video gaming, just basically see what I've done to myself and see if I'll actually be able to make it. But yeah, you start at the first level, and I think there's 5 different levels of heat that you have to go through, but there's 2 peanuts in each of the container, and after you eat these 2 peanuts, you have to wait 1 minute and 30 seconds to go to the next level, all the way to the end, until you get to the Death Nut. And when you eat the Death Nut, you actually have to wait 5 minutes after it's over before you can have anything to drink. It takes about 11 minutes altogether, in average. And it's intense. It's very intense. I'm really hoping I can handle it. Ether stacks before battle? Well, that's good, I guess. Hopefully it works out well. I'm wondering how simplistic they're gonna make a lot of this as well. Like, I remember World of Warcraft, right around, Wrath of the Lich King. They did a very similar thing they're doing already here now. Where it seems like they're making the simplicity levels just, like, increase by a lot, which I don't have a problem with, and I do have a problem with it at the exact same time. 2 reasons. Easy. The difficulty level and the spread of players that'll be flowing into the game. Both great things, both scary things. Any gamer that plays MMOs ever knows exactly what I'm talking about. It's just it's like somebody opens the floodgate and said, "You're all in. Have at it." Death Note, the sequel to Death Note. Please don't write my name. Or, how would that work? Curious thought. Alright, let's see what I can get in MGP before I get sucked into Ravel Wings. Oh yeah, one thing that looked really weird to me as well, like what's up with this weird battle fate thing? Like, everybody's just like on the field, like, are they trying to rope us into like fucking Eureka without being roped into Eureka? It's like nobody played Eureka, so we're just gonna make the game Eureka. Or maybe we just have more fates that pop up, or there's active duties that we could just help each other with. I don't know. But the battlefield in Shadowbringers looks fucking crazy. There's no blunter way to put it. It looks crazy. I saw multiple times where there's just like so many people out on this field, and I'm like, what are you making us do? What is this? 720, not bad. Not the greatest. Oh, I saw that 3 before I looked at the total, and I thought I got a jackpot, but I didn't. 360. Still not the worst that it could have been. Would have loved to have had that jackpot, though. Obviously. And there's not one on this one. Let's hope for the second best. 144. Not that great. Not the worst run ever, though. And I did not hit this up yesterday. There's Mira. Howdy, Mira. Boop. Oh, man, I really hope I don't get sucked into this right before I get this. It's happened before. Alright. Look at my white mage. We must force Eureka. Open wad, players. Ah! He's so happy. I'm just skimming through it. Literally at this point, I've pretty much read everything this guy has said. $68. Damn, I didn't even get a 70. And honestly, there's not much of a point in me being here now. Until tomorrow night. Which I won't be here tomorrow night. As in Final Fantasy XIV. Tomorrow I'll be getting back to the air, hopefully. Honestly, I expected to have already been in there by now. But it's all good. I kind of wish they would have added, like, a lot of car sounds to this. That way when you let you cut a curve, it did just... I guess it would have been a little bit much, though. Or give you a boost button, maybe. I know you got the little jump. And I like the actions they have for it. But I don't know. It would have been silly, I guess. Welcome back, Rez. After dealing with Eureka and doing the dungeon that goes with it, you think your body can handle another Eureka, but you really don't want another Eureka. See, this is what everybody says! You want to join? Wonderful thing to chime in. Okay, that's fun. Let me close this out, Judo. Are you online right now? Nobody's online right now. If they make more, you'll try it this time. Well, at least you'll give it a go. I tried it this time around, actually. I tried. I just gave up. I don't even want to use the word give up. That's not fair. I don't want to use the word give up. Oh, the car reaching. Okay. I'll get the duty finder back up. My bad. Misunderstanding. So how are you, Judo? How was your weekend? Hopefully it's been very good so far. Got any big plans for Memorial Day? Actually do not. Well, kinda. No, I've got no plans. One day I will get that jump all the way down. So, Judo, what are you excited about with Shadowbringers the most? Now that, they've uncovered some more jobs and details and stuff. You work all damn weekend and Memorial Day. I am sorry to hear that. Oh, that was close. Combat classes at the 70. Well, you know, slowly but surely. Sometimes it takes a little time. I understand the struggle, Mira. Let's go explore. It's an exploring spot. It's gonna be weird not seeing a lot of these places anymore. Isn't that weird how they do the game? Like, you go back sometimes, just a little bit, and I know we'll be visiting, like, probably Foundation a lot, the way it sounds. But I don't know. It's just kind of weird thinking about it. Like, a Realm Reborn, like, sure, there's, like, the base towns you go to, like Limsa Laminza, and, but, I mean, just, like Blackbrush Station. How often do you go there? Unless you just, like, randomly have an event that brings you there. Or you're maybe doing a job quest, but 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. tomorrow. 1 to 10 p.m. Memorial Day. Wow, like, literally the whole day. Oh, man, I understand that lot, though. Like, those are, like, the hours that I basically double with, too. Like, always, it's, like, 3 to 11 for me. So I know exactly what that's like. Like, you literally, you've got like a small morning period, and then you've got like a not period, and then just like nothing but your day being taken away from you. Those are some long hours, though. That's pretty wild. Like 11 hours. Like 9 hours is what? That is like very long hours. But I also know what that's like. Also, my old schedule that I was on with my job, we were working 12-hour shifts, and so I know what that's like too. Like really long shifts, being in the same place for like hours. I'm really hoping that, as far as things go with the Summoner and the Watt Mage, I'm just going to be so stoked. Like, those are the two that I worry about the most, and it looks like not a whole lot's being messed with too much. But I am a little worried, though. I've been thinking about it ever since the job trailer. Can you come in the next run? Yeah, if you want. I don't mind. Doesn't matter. I want to be here for a while, and this party, or well, this group, not this party, this group that the Discord group, Revival Wings. Check them out on Discord, find them on Reddit. I love to promote the guys. I mean, they single-handedly, like a handful of them, just brought a whole damn group together, and we get here on every weekend, play some Rival Wings. But yeah, Mir, you can definitely get on the next one. I wonder how, like, cheesy it would be if you could fly in Rival Wings. Just fly right over there. They'd have to have some kind of air combat. That's the only way it would work. Gosh, I want my other gorilla so bad. Man, this is gonna look so terrible. Potentially 48, probably more. Really do wish they split these up as far as Rival Wings go. They just threw them all into one. I've died so many times. Apparently, Watt Mage is getting some strong 900 potency attack on the 96 cooldown. Yeah, I remember Rez saying something like that, like the black rose petals or something like that. I mean, it's kind of cool. I just PvP's the thing I worry about the most. Like, one, them taking away Protect. They already took away Benediction. A lot of people said it wasn't that big of a deal. Let me tell you, it was that big of a deal. Like, sure, Watt Mage still reigns supreme. Like, I'm talking Burrito Supreme, Tenacious D style. Like, straight up, they're very good in PvP. But when they took away Benediction, oh my god. Like, that was what really made it rain. Like, they were already good, but that was just, like, literally the cherry on top. Benediction, and now it's just not a thing. Oh man, they got backup coming, and we do not. This is a never-ending battle. Oh, Judo, hey, thank you so much. Was I able to get Shadowbringers? I will be able to. I just gotta wait. It was like the thing I was talking about the other day, where YouTube, it doesn't actively let you get that money. You have to meet a certain threshold, and it's met, kind of. It's just like waiting probably, honestly, I might have to wait till May 15th, but I'm actually gonna end up getting it beforehand, probably, maybe, hopefully. But yeah, I'm gonna get it. It's gonna happen. Like, you definitely got it for me. No worries there, Judo. You did that. And I thank you so much. But, as of have I been able to, like, download it not, I can't say download it. I don't really know if that's even a thing yet. But have I been able to purchase it? Not yet. That's still in the YouTube's threshold. That won't hit my AdSense account, and probably, I was hoping it'd be a few days, but it probably is going to be a few more than I'd actually hoped for. But it'll happen, definitely. You made sure of that. I gotta get that back going. But unfortunately, no. Just being clear, I haven't been able to get it just yet. Ah! Okay. Whew. I heard that sound and I was like, uh-oh. Man, it literally went through everything before it stopped on the oppressor. This is not going well. I'm very curious if, like, do we just not have somebody on our team trying to mech up, or okay? Like, I was about to. Don't get me wrong. I don't mind. Oh man, they're just letting so many of these mage attack our tower out now. They are wrecking in such a good way. For them, anyway. Not for us. Saeed, what's up? You'll get it soon? Nice. That's cool, Amir. What's up, Mira? Show us some love. Not bots full of love. How are you, Zombie? How's the weekend going for you? Oh man, they're coming strong right now. This is a no bueno moment. Heavy no bueno. Oof. Oof. Man, there's like a whole army over here trying to kill me. Literally. Oof. Not looking good. We're down to the grit, and they still got everything. Yeah, we lost this game. So bad. Literally so badly lost. Man, they're taking it home real quick. We're at 45. Their core is at 100. They still have intact both towers. They've got their mammoths rolling in heavy. It's game. They said it. Can't go down without a fight. I mean, I guess you can. I mean, I wouldn't. Alright, and Mira wanted it on the next one. Hopefully it goes better than this. The last one didn't go that well either. Old foundation. Maybe we'll get the rod mounts in here. I should say I doubt it. So, this was a really funny thing when I logged in today. I actually had a queue! How wild is that? In Ultros, a queue! It was only like, maybe like a full minute. I was in a line of 15, so to speak, and, I don't know, it was just weird. I have not had a queue to get into this game actually literally since the release of Stormblood. So, I mean, it just blew my mind completely. This will be pretty exciting to get back to these two a little bit with the Dark Knight. It's actually a good story playing the Dark Knight. Missed your backup. Oh man. I hope it gets better soon, zombie. Maybe get some like icy hot rub on that. I don't know the spot on your back. But be careful out there. Remember, lift with your legs, not your back. No, all kidding aside though, zombie. I actually do hope you start feeling better soon. I know what it's like. Like, I shared a meme on like my personal Facebook earlier today, and it was actually something like talking about like my earliest childhood memory that I enjoy the most was my back not hurting. Like, and it's a legit thing. It's like one of those things. Like I've already noticed. Like the older you get, like you just start getting these weird aches and pains in places. Especially like when you wake up in the morning after you slept weird or something. You wake up and you're like, ugh, man, who kicked my ass in my sleep? You think people have been doing DDoS to Final Fantasy XIV? Damn. Amass data connect. Wow, 895 player queue to get back. Honestly, I don't really ever care to wait. I mean, I know I'll get in there eventually. This poor fella, he's been sitting here for years. You know, at this point, it makes you wonder. Like, you get it, this guy's feeling sick. But this guy, he's literally got the face of like, we'll do this. We'll first person this one. He's like let's see how far this guy can go. How close can we really get? That's it. I ain't doing nothing. What the fuck? Dude, your teapot is ready! But this is the bar. Nobody's drinking tea here. What's up, guy? You always been out here? It's looking to keep warm tonight. I'm not gonna do it, but cold days, colder nights. That sounds interesting. We'll probably be in there pretty soon. Tease me. How's it been? It's been a while. Hopped for 5.0. Oh yeah. I can't wait for Shadowbringers. I want more of that story. You was doing maps with friends yesterday, and most of the party was kicked from the server. Damn. Probably the salty people who want Melviera. You know what? We're gonna make our own Melviera. We're gonna keep DDoSing this game by trying to get into your code and make it ourselves. Hopefully this hits soon. I was actually thinking it'd be a little bit sooner than it has been so far, but we'll see. Whoop. I wonder how much more Kugane we'll see as we get into, like the Stormblood stuff. I'm wondering how much of that's gonna start falling out, like when we get into Shadowbringers. I mean, obviously you can come here whenever you want. The town's not going anywhere. I just knocked on wood on that one. We never know what's gonna happen. And, I'm gonna make Melviera easily anyway. Yeah, very true. Honestly, there's a lot of people who are very good at modding res that I just sometimes I'd stop myself from even doubting. Like, a good one. Two of them, actually, have been Fallout 4 and Skyrim. I've seen so many mods for those two games alone that I've stopped doubting all mods ever. Like, just period. I just stopped it. I was like, yep. Everything can be modded to perfection now. I wonder what game developers like really thought when that really became more apparent. When they realized that anybody could do what they wanted with their game. And it's like, fuck it. We got a license agreement, but they just stomped all over it. They don't care. They already did. Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see that, Steven. You're heavily in that modding world, so I could definitely see that. right after they announced the races months ago. I know a lot of people, I saw like design art that were actually very closely related to Final Fantasy XIV art style, with designs that they'd drawn themselves. But I haven't actually seen the mods either, but again, I don't even doubt that they're out there, honestly, especially coming from you, somebody who's very, very embedded into the mod nation world of video gaming. Did you actually say you crashed your Skyrim once by too many mods? Was that you, Steven? I'm pretty sure it was. I could be wrong, though. I wonder if there's anybody that plays this game in, like, first-person view always. Like, it's something I've talked about a lot, but I've tried it multiple times. It's one of the hardest things that you can do in this game. It was? Yeah, I thought so. Ooh, I got a card. Ooh, I've already had that card. Go back to the gold saucer. I didn't even realize I had it. I didn't look at my inventory, but got in here. Mutton! Your processor, too many armors being loaded at once? You would go crazy. You gotta play with your camera zoomed all the way out. Honestly, I do now. I remember when I first started playing, I always used to play almost over the shoulder. And again, I've tried so many times to go in first person just to get that experience. It's hard as hell because the AoEs, that's the biggest thing, and which is why during like definitely extreme stuff, I'll play the exact same way you do, Zombie. Zoomed all the way out. Unless I'm just running around Eorzea and the surrounding Final Fantasy XIV areas. Still, yeah, though. That shit's hard. How much MGP do I got now? 656,484. Damn, that's actually quite a bit. Getting closer to that Kupulkur. I'm probably gonna go ahead and just get that one next time, I think. Oh, wait a second. I just want to look at this. This is the wrong one. This is the one that has the, oh, I'm in the wrong slot. Yeah, it still had the... I want to get that so bad, but 2 million, it's like, that's the long haul, like Fenrir was. I think the next one I'm actually gonna get is the Kupulkur. But maybe, I don't know. I might end up saving up further. We'll see. Some people do play this game in first person. That is insane. You tried the benchmark, and yeah, your computer can't run the game. I don't even want to try it. I know my PC can run it, but I really do not want to, like, rebuy the game and everything. Whoa, what happened? Why did we not get in there? Oh, no. We're gonna have to wait so long. Oh my god. I was so happy. Made a Rothgar and Vier, they're both nice. Nice. Very nice. can only imagine. I probably won't mess around with any like race changes, honestly. I really like playing Lalafell. But I think they're both really cool. I definitely side more with Rothgar. It's been something I've talked about in this game a lot. I was tempted if they added Lupin to switch the character up, but I don't know. I don't think I can ever get rid of my little guy here. We've been together for quite a while now. I don't think I can part ways with this little guy just yet. What's gonna get me the most is when Final Fantasy, or Square Enix rather, ends up working on their next MMO. Like the conversion of everybody. It'll be like a slow thing of people sifting. Some of it'll be very quick, people just jumping into the next one. But I mean, I think about the Final Fantasy XI period. I wasn't a part of it, unfortunately. I wanted to play Final Fantasy XI so bad when I was younger. But I was already huge into World of Warcraft, already a Final Fantasy fan, but there was no way I was going to be able to use allowance that I was getting when I was younger to be able to pay for multiple subscriptions to multiple MMORPGs. So World of Warcraft was mainly my go-to, plus I knew a lot more people that played it at the time. I was in a small community much like the one we already have here, only I wasn't streaming or anything back then, just kind of like existed. And but yeah, oh man. You're conflicted because you love your Lola, you miss your cat girl, and you want to make a Vieira. Honestly, I can't really blame anybody for wanting to be Vieira or Hrothgar, honestly. I mean, it's new, so I can't blame you there. Cuter than Lola's? You'll never change your Lola. People still play 11. Yeah, Mr. Happy still plays 11. Ninja still plays Final Fantasy 11. Well, he did for a while. He's been so in on Fortnite lately, it's unreal. Which I still feel bad for that guy. Oh my god, Ninja makes a lot of money streaming. He can retire right now, have a happy life. But as for a gaming career, as embedded into Fortnite that he actually is, I feel bad. Like, at one point, he has, like, get on the game, just like, I don't want to play Fortnite today. But that's how he gets paid, so he's got to. But yeah, a lot of people still actually play Final Fantasy XI. Actually, there was a stretch around, it was last year. Right before Christmas, there was actually this sale where you could get all the expansions to Final Fantasy XI, plus a month's worth of playtime for like 30 bucks, which is insane for any MMO, new or old. Our average wait time actually tipped down a little bit. I think I'm going to take my very first restroom break. Give me just a second. And Chaz, welcome to the stream. How you doing? How's the weekend been for you so far? And I hope it's been well. I'm going to make this very quick. I'll be right back. If only I was that gullible. Like, could you imagine?
Just don't get too far, and I'll be right where you are.
You're 69 now. Congrats, Said. You've actually been leveling up very quick. I'm actually impressed. One of your friends gave you a 1 day before you switched back to Mikote. I don't know. I feel like Vieira's really gonna stick on people. I think a lot of it's got to be the nostalgia from Final Fantasy XII kind of pouring in there, and maybe like the tactics if you're in the like that lore. Grilled cheese, smoking meds, about to go down on some alien oscillation. Sounds nice, Chaz. What you did with your house? I can't teleport there now. I actually noticed that a little while ago. I got Thanos snapped. Sorry, guys. Thanos was like not in my universe. So, like, my new neighbors have, like, I'm pointing this way. Right? Literally, it looks like I should point this way in reality, if you knew, just from the camera standpoint. But I got it, like, reverse imaged. Just, it's for the chroma key and the position that I sit in here. You've seen RIP Tomples, you know where I sit. Well, the wall's actually over here, fun fact. And, they made it aware that they know that, I'm a streamer. They were like, is that you right here? The other day that actually said something like, yeah, I heard you yelling Deacon St. John. Cool people though, cool people, they don't hate me. So that's a plus. You'll have to boot up the benchmark again in a bit, but the one you made for it looks badass. You should share that in the Discord. Share your character, Steven. I'm sure everybody wants to see it. I want to see it. I haven't seen anybody's actually self-created Vieira at all. I did notice that they made it an option to have floppy ears though, which I don't remember even being a thing, but that's cool. That did it. And I think it would have been a little scary if I would have said that. They actually caught on really quick. The guy was like, Deacon St. John. That sounds familiar. And then we had a cattle decapitation talk for a little bit. Those of you that watch the stream would know exactly what I mean. Looks good, Mira. It actually looks very similar to the Free Company house. Yeah, I see the differences. I like what you got going on here. I like the little table you got over here, too. Some arranged beverages. This little roulette game to get drunk's what this is, with some fruit. Can change the ears, the hot too. Plus, they probably have some of the best racial hairs in the game, really. You made Insod. You made Daenerys if she was a Vieira. Really? Whoa, it looks like a party in here. I like the Garuda couch, too. That's a big ass cake, but it's got a togberry on it. Damn, you got a shit ton of books in here. Fish water! It does look good. You did a good job with this place. Like the Hildy right over the bed. Good old Inspector Extraordinaire. Good old gentleman. What the fuck is that? Oh, it's like the Four Lords. Okay. Yeah, it looks good. Looks really good. You've got 2 pictures of Hildy. But yeah, I like what you did with the place, Mira. Your character looks cool too. You like it, Zombie? Yeah, it looks good. Gave you a bunch of furniture. It looks really nice. Sounds like a good friend. Honestly, yes, Chaz. I'm not. Everybody hates it. I'm the one guy. Ugh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get hate for saying I liked it, but I'm in the 1% right now that liked the ending of Game of Thrones. I think it's a phenomenal series, and I look forward to forgetting things and rewatching it all over again. And I'm sorry to people out there who didn't enjoy it, and like Chaz said, no spoilers here, but I was okay with it. Rez knew I was gonna be. He knows me as a person. He knows what I like. Rez knew I would like it right off the bat. He was probably watching that episode, watched it, and was like, fuck this, Ton's gonna like it. I imagine that was the initial thought process. Fuck this, Ton's gonna like it. Trying to recover and forget that Game of Thrones even exists. Updating the house on and off. It looks good. What the fuck is that? How did I not see this thing? What is this? Is this ninja? Yeah, you're flipping. You're ninja. Pretty close to what you thought. Yeah, I figured. It seemed kind of rushed to you. Yeah, I can agree with that. That I can definitely agree. But, in the end, you know, they just picked up where the last season left off and just brought it to a close. I think they're really trying to put more focus on the spin-offs that are about to come out. That's my intention, I'm guessing, but I kind of knew it from the start. Like, just the way the story of everything goes in Game of Thrones, the way the show has always been. Literally, when I first started watching the show, I was pro Ned Stark. I was a Ned Stark pro. Watched him die, and right there, I instantly told myself, okay, show, you done mind-fucked me. You literally took my mind, fuckery, and then you threw me away like a piece of trash and reeled me back into Season 2. And all I'm saying is, I stuck around with that same, kind of thought process. It's the same thing I do when I watch, any video game movie adaptation. I literally have to go in there. It's take everything I know of everything and just turn it off and just accept it for what it is. And again, just the way the lore goes in the show, I kind of already saw the ending being that way. The memes that have been created are pure gold, though. Oh my goodness. Keeping it very simple and as spoiler-free as possible, but all I'm gonna say is, has anybody seen the Of Moss and Men spoiler memes? I'm not gonna give away deets, but if you get the correlation, you already know how hilarious they are. tinker with the graphics setting. There's an auto set to max. That's why you stopped watching it. Jump from 0 to 100 real quick, and bam, 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 the end. Yeah, I actually expected the season, the episodes to be longer. Not the season, but yeah. They said movie length, and don't get me wrong, they were a little bit longer, but the episodes really weren't that much longer. What about Carbuncle? Like, I know that's what that is in front of me, but what is it? It's significant. It's like sparkling, sitting on a pillow. It looks like it's got, like, holding a tombstone.
Is what the whole universe is doing at the place you call here and now.
You loved Ned. Yeah, me too. Honestly, that actor alone has the worst record of having a survival rate in any show ever. Like, it's so bad. What is it, Sean Bean? King Lucius? Knocked Daddy. Saw the 5 minute of the Hound insulting people and laughed your ass off. Here's your favorite character. The Hound was a hell of a character. Mess with the settings because I'm pretty clueless when it comes to computer. You still call Ned Boromir? He was so not Boromir, though. He was, but he wasn't. Like, I know the actor played Boromir in Lord of the Rings, and we all know the good old Boromir story, but Ned Stark was not Boromir. Ned Stark was just so Ned Stark. It's like if you have a sense of pride, loyalty, gentleman, and just straight up not, like honored not, you think Ned Stark. You kinda think that with Boromir as well, but also you think coward and crazy guy. I mean, sure, Boromir at the end was okay. But the essence of Boromir himself was rather not okay. There's so much that didn't make sense with Daenerys at the end. We all know she's your favorite character. Ugh! That's the thing a lot of people said, but like... honestly, this is the thing with Daenerys. We knew who her father was. And if any story has ever told, that has been told really coming to an end, it's definitely like father, like daughter, like father, like son. That kind of thing going down. So, yeah. But, I mean, that was just me. The whole time going into the show, I saw it happening. She got dragons. She got power. She got more power. She got more power. People didn't listen to her. She would burn them to the damn ground. And, it kind of just farther and farther and farther down the hole of just following the footsteps of her father. And, that's really what I looked at. That was just me, though. And I already had the predictions of it happening. Again, just by the way the show had gone, her history, and then by the last season, the full-on attitude that she had. It's like, you know, they better bend the knee. If they don't, you know, they're not with us. You know, all that shit. I don't know. The way she just didn't like Jon's sisters right off the bat. It was very, very big indication. Boomer took 3 arrows and still fought. He was a boss. Oh, I do not doubt his boss ability. Don't get me wrong. I am not fretting upon his manhood or bossability. What I'm talking about is, he straight up tried to steal the ring. He thought he'd be a better ring bearer, and he tried to steal the ring because he was afraid and he wanted to save his city. Which I understand. Which is also a pretty big dick move. Like, why go on a fellowship expedition and end it in a day? Which I'm sure multiple days passed. I think we had actually done a weird math when I was in 7th grade for Lord of the Rings. And we had averaged it out. We had thought it, you know, it took multiple years. It wasn't a quick journey, needless to say. The movies make it look so quick, and the actors, I mean, they don't age that much, but it took multiple years. And I'm not saying 10, but it took a while. There's probably new math out now that really they can use, probably like geography from the Lord of the Rings map. Like J.R.R. Tolkien, he made a pretty legit map as far as like distance and like time travel that it would take on the back of a horse. It is very impressive. You really look at that work, it goes beyond anything, especially something for its time. I mean, he was before all the fantasy lore. He was like the base of the fantasy lore. Like right there, the biggest upbringing of it. You got the Tsukiyomi cane, nice. You just treat Season 8 as non-canon? But to be honest, the dragon scenes in the last episode was so damn epic. I agree. They got really good with their CGI with the dragons. Like, I hate to cut to it now, but like, even the backgrounds right here that they did for PlayStation and PlayStation members, like, that's a sick background that they just custom made for PlayStation members. Sorry, you're gonna have to give me another second. Steam decided to do its Steam shit. Shit. Okay, all good. Are their oppressor really attacking us like that from over? Holy shit. Oh, double holy shit. I'm in a bad spot. Woo! Hoo-wee! Oh man, that was a lot of damage all at once. See, the only character defined by another character, her father is also John's grandpa. Never said anything about him. I don't know if she is the Mad Queen. She didn't want to share the throne when she literally left Dario. She could share the throne. I mean, it's true. I can't argue with you. She was a great character. I'm not saying I'm not a Daenerys fan at all. Do not misunderstand me there. Like, I was more pro Daenerys than Cersei any day. I'm just literally, the best way for me to say this is I'm a huge Jon Snow fan. And just the fact that he and Ghost saw the end of the show, that's all I cared about. They brought me full circle and I was just okay. Anything else outside of that, I had an open bond that I went purely into. And I had my predictions. Again, I already had loads of predictions out there, and they literally met every prediction I had. I'm not gonna lie. I still love the show, and again, I still think it's phenomenal. Did not ruin it for me. But, again, don't think I'm a Daenerys hater, because I'm really not. You know, I liked Daenerys. I was rooting for her, kinda. You know, if she sat on the Iron Throne at the end of the show, I would have been completely okay with it. If that makes you feel, any of you feel any better, I mean, it's legit. I would have been completely okay with it, because that's the way I feel about the show. If you want to see me get on rampage mode, how everybody feels about Daenerys stuff, All I'm saying is, if they killed Jon Snow, I would have wrote a huge message that they would have never read, but damn it, I would have done it with feeling and pride. Jon Snow's my boy! I dedicated too many Sundays to that character. And same with Ghost, I'm a dog guy, obviously. I was so sad, honestly, that no lie, very sad. I know they're fictional wolves, but I was very sad to see so many of the dire wolves die, but I was so glad to see that Ghost at least made it to the end. The brunt of the litter, the potentially albino wolf of the bunch, made it to the end. We're giving away so many spoilers. We're like, spoiler free! Spoilers! Sorry, anybody not caught up on Game of Thrones. I feel like everybody is, though, at this point. I haven't heard any complaint anymore. Like, we're at that grace period moment where it's okay to talk about. Honestly, probably. We're not giving away anything any meme out there didn't give away. Hodor! Oh, poor Hodor. He went down like a real champ. That's the real boss of the show. Chernobyl. You're upset with the writers? Would have been okay with Jon on the throne? It's all good. Big show will be. I heard one was gonna be based on which it was a rumor, but I'm hoping it's very true. But I heard a rumor that it was gonna be about young King Robert Baratheon and a young Ned Stark, and I'm hoping that we actually get that. Like, I've seen loads of pictures where you've got like these paintings of Robert Baratheon wearing his helmet with the antlers on top, fighting next to young Ned Stark. It's so amazing, and I really hope that's the direction they go into. But again, I only heard rumors. I've not really looked into it, to be honest with you. I always take rumors with a grain of salt too, and I don't always waste my time looking into them, because sometimes that's literally what it is. It's just a big waste of time. Sometimes somebody wrote fan fiction and people believed it. It happens all the time. Fantasy show, another fantasy show for HBO. Another Hodor in chat. You ever watch, to be honest? Practically know everything. Yeah, I mean, if you follow any social media, Game of Thrones was like one of the worst about giving away spoilers. Grimm is producing 5 spin-offs for Game of Thrones. Holy shit. Fox Dragneel, how's it been? Some of the skills on Shadbirds, can't wait for the dancer. Super excited. I am the same, Fox. I am the same. I'm very excited. Honestly, one HBO show that I'm super excited about is actually Watchmen. Has anybody been following that? It looks great. I'm very stoked for Watchmen. This show looks phenomenal. I'm not too excited about the oppressor coming from coming to our mid right now. If I was not in an oppressor right now, I'd be trying to like prevent that. Looks like it's about to be a little crazy out here. That's what it looks like. Okay, the oppressor's been dealt with. I'm approaching another oppressor and cruiser chaser cruiser. That thing. And it's not being very kind, needless to say. You don't even know who Hodor is, but he was a good guy. Oh yeah, he was. Hodor was... It was memorable, needless to say. I'm not gonna make it, but maybe I was a big enough diversion that the other one will. I'm just gonna plop this little bad boy the best I can about right nowhere. I died. Watchmen looks good, and his Dark Material looks good too. I don't think I've looked into Dark Materials, but yeah, Watchmen, I'm very excited about. I wish it was a little bit earlier. I think it's gonna be like this fall, but I'm still so excited for it. Oh man, this game is turning around really quick, not in a good way. We're at 87. They're at 82. They have a tower currently up that is a bit more stable than ours. That is also currently up. So hopefully we can get this turned around really quick. Maybe we can get us a win in here. Last game did not go good as well. The one before that didn't either. This one is very neck and neck. It's looking a lot better, but also a little bit scarier at the exact same time. Rolling in deep. Trying to do what we can. Get out of here, Bard. Tower's gone. You don't watch TV, really? Been good starting college in June. Be time for game design. That sounds like a lot of fun. Sounds like a lot of fun. Like Zombie said, good luck to you as well. You don't have the attention span to keep up every week. Dark Materials is the name of the book, the series the movie Golden Compass was based on. Oh, okay. I didn't even know Golden Compass was a series. I only watched one movie. But okay. Honestly, I was a little, I'm not gonna lie, I grew up, a lot of you know, I've talked about this a lot on the channel before. It goes in saying with a lot of the actions I have and like the way I actually think in life. I grew up very, very sheltered. So as far as to like, I wasn't actually allowed to watch Golden Compass till I was a grown man. And that didn't come out when I was a grown man. I promise you that. So, I don't have a problem with it, by the way. I actually like the film. It's just the maturity level of my brain. Like how Zombie said her attention span for TV was, that's how I feel about things that aren't a certain standard of, honestly, I hate to say it, but vulgarity. I'm not saying I like only vulgar things. Obviously, I play Final Fantasy. It's not really vulgar at all. It's a very fantasy-esque. But what I mean is, it's like The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. That's another one I wasn't even... I heard about a lot of it at school when I was a kid, but at home, because my family was so religious, they wouldn't allow me to read these things. And it was mainly just because of, like, other family members' point of views on the matter. So it goes into a longer, bigger thing than that. So a lot of that stuff I didn't actually get to watch until I was actually a grown man, and I just couldn't appreciate it as much as I could have if I would have watched it when I was younger. And one of those was the Golden Compass. Again, I don't have a problem with Golden Compass. Again, I've seen it. It's a great film. I mean, I would watch it again. I've watched it a few times. But I can't really rank it as, like, super good either. But I'm not like an HBO series of it, though. That's the cool thing about HBO. HBO always hits those weird points where, like, should we go there? They don't ask that. They're just like, yeah, we're going there. They'll deal with it. If they don't like it, well, okay. I don't care. That's HBO for you. So it might be great, actually. Wasn't allowed to read that series because it was supposedly anti-religion. Yeah, that was the thing for me as well. That's literally the reason. But yeah, that was a big thing for me growing up. And it's awkward too when you have a family so religious like that, and then you got all your friends at school talking about it. You're just so clueless. You're like, I've got like no fucking idea what you're talking about. I'm just gonna say yeah and pretend. Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, it was by far the strangest and coolest and most clever thing I've ever seen in my life. Oh, it wasn't clever. Oh, but it was? That's why there was only one movie, because the Christians went crazy. You never read the books? It's bad to say, but you'd rather watch something than read it. I'm the same way, honestly. It's your book series. Can't wait till the 4th, 5th month. You get to update gaming laptop. Sweet. Different programs to work with. That sounds awesome. And good night to you as well, Saeed. Hopefully you have a great night. Definitely hope you have a great night. Ooh, I got mech. Maybe I needed you in here, Mira. Damn, we're winning. The weird thing about the line The Witch in the Wardrobe was the C.S. Lewis actually a Christian. A lot of the elements on that series was pulled from Christianity. It's so weird. Like it's kind of sad and silly, honestly. Like once you pull religion into like the mix of something like a series that is going to be worldwide known and based into it, like it doesn't even have to be Christianity specifically. Like any religion, somebody in some other religion is going to have a huge problem with that. It was actually something I was thinking about a lot earlier today. How it's kind of sad that like we're still here. It's now 2019. And the whole religion issue is still a thing. Like, I mean, it's so sad, really. Like, there's still religion wars, people doing bad shit in the name of religion. 2019, that's still a thing. Like, come on now. Who the hell gave you your adult pants? Like, I'm not gonna get into anything specific. Like, I've got my own point of views like we all do. We're all gonna have them always, but it's silly. It's silly even if you can't say it's not silly. Glad we got that victory, and Mira, I'm pretty sure you are a pretty good help. Thank you so much for jumping in here. We did pretty good. Damn, I took a lot of damage. 420,000. Augustus, I like that name. Sounds better for a bard as well. Should have gave it to Jasmine. Jasmine actually got in on that chat. Actually acknowledged me. Jasmine, you get that real off player comm, not just the one in the game. And sorry I didn't give it to you, actually. I didn't think about that. I saw that name and I was just like, oh shit. And thank you, Jasmine. I wish I would have done a little bit better. And wish I would have gave you that player comm, honestly, as well. Honestly, sorry I didn't. Harry Potter? Oh yeah. That was a big one too. Honestly, that one slid under the radar with the grandparents growing up there. Somehow, just slid right under the radar. And I got to actually get into Harry Potter as a child. I think my grandmother was actually just happy to see me read. She just never said something to my grandpa. Like, I read the first 4 books of Harry Potter. I'm not gonna lie, I tapped out after the first 4. I only did it for, like, reading points. We had this thing called an accelerated reader. A few of you probably know what it is. A few of you are probably clueless, but it was this thing where you could read these books, take a test in your local library or your school library, and get points for it that would go help you with your, basically your report card every week, and sometimes it was extracurricular. And, yeah, I read the first 4 Harry Potter books just basically for that. Alright, I'm gonna throw up another party funder real quick. Mira, thank you for being in there, and hopefully we can get through another one. But I gotta take a restroom break. I've been chatting here for a little bit, and hopefully it doesn't pop up while I'm gone. Second restroom break going down. I'll be right back. Okay. Oh, back just in time. Luckily. Didn't take too long. Outlander series. I do not know the Outlander series. Your parents never cared? You could read, watch whatever you wanted? That was age appropriate. Oh, I wish I had that growing up. I used to hear, like, when I was younger, I had all these friends that would come to school talking about all these things their parents would let them watch. And my mom's slot was scary movies, which I hated younger. As an adult, I loved them. When I was a child, I hated them. Naturally, though, you know, you build an immunity to, like, what's real and fake and what bothers you as you get older. Some people never grow out of it. But, like, I'm gonna jump over to the Free Company House, Mira. But, yeah, I mean, it's kind of a big thing, but, like, I don't know, being younger, that was always crazy to me, that my mom would let me watch Jason Voorhees, but because my grandparents said no, I couldn't watch Golden Compass. Damn, that is insane. You link the cane? Can't you, like, turn your god? There you go. It looks pretty cool. See my little dude in his undies. Looks like a soft, kinda. That is wild, though, where a lot of parents will draw the line. You can watch this guy get his head chopped off, but you can't watch this anti-religion thing. Let me tell you. That just ain't right. That's just how they talk around here. That's not a worldwide thing. Oh, YouTube. You were doing so good. Oh, yeah. Shout out to Rez and Minato, no doubt. And I think Steven, too, as well. Adblock on Chrome. Like, straight up. My goodness. It saves me so much trouble. When they loosened up. Mine were like, until I was 17, when I actually got my license and started. No, actually, I got my license until I was 16. So it was about the same spot. But yeah, around the time I got my license, that's when it got better for me. I just kept not being at home as much as possible. And then I just stopped caring as well, because, like, it was always really conflicting with me already growing up. Like, on my mother's side, they were always Southern Baptist, which is, it's a big difference. There's Baptist and then there's Southern Baptist. So, keep that in mind, and they were very Southern Baptist. I'm talking straight go to church and they yell at you. Profusely, sometimes spit on you if you're close enough. Okay, and then on my father's side, it was strictly Catholicism, Catholic. So literally from like birth, I was already in a weird conflicting spot with a religion. So that's kind of like the way I always feel, the way I do about things. When I talk about it the way I do, I don't mean to offend anybody at all. I'm very agnostic, if you must know. I'm very open-minded to everything. I love to hear about it all. And I think maybe it all could be maybe true, or maybe not. I don't know. And that's kind of the standpoint I like to stay at it, really. It's pretty damaging to shoulder control kids that much. Oh yeah, definitely. My years, honestly, from 17 to like 23, I was more like 22. 17 to 22, I was a little reckless. Like, when I was 19, I went to jail. Fun fact, Old Tumbles here has been incarcerated. It was for a DUI. and nobody was in any harm. Nothing bad happened. I was like leaving, it was a couple years after high school. I was leaving a friend's house, and for some reason we decided to race. Not a good idea. Don't do this. Like, do not do this at all. Don't ever do it. One, you could go to jail. I did go to jail. So there's your standard on how obvious that is. And two, it's very dangerous. DUI is a serious thing. Do not do that. If you were going to take in alcoholic beverages, do it responsibly. Do it somewhere in a controlled environment. And again, be very responsible. But again, back to the story. What had happened was I'd left a friend's house with a friend. We went to go get food. We didn't feel like we were that intoxicated, but we were. We decided to race. I literally remember the whole thing. We had won the race. Needless to say, there's no victory in that. I'm not even proud of it. Again, I went to jail. We cut this curve going on a perfect drift around 50 miles an hour. Perfect drift. It was a four-way stop, and I avoided the stop sign. Took the curve. Just drifted around it, and my friend looked at my buddy like this, going, ah! That was in the car with me because we won the race. But there was a cop sitting on the corner at a gas station at this four-way stop, and just saw these guys that were racing that didn't stop at a stop sign, going around a four-way turn way too fast. And though my buddy was doing this, the cop didn't see that. The cop saw this without these two fingers up. I'm not gonna flip all you off, but in the US, that is like showing this finger alone on the hand without the others up. People don't take too kindly to that, and that's what the cop thought he saw. And, oh yeah, he instantly, he had to catch up. I was way too drunk, and, like, I knew I couldn't try to run away from a cop, didn't want to. Also, don't run away from a cop. That is also a crime in itself. Don't do that. So I pulled over. I even told my friend I was sorry, but I didn't want to kill us. And, we got locked up. We got locked up. It was very serious. They, like, straight up threw the book at me, and, like, $3,000 in fines. I was on probation for a year, and they suspended my license for 2 years. So, again, my age, like, 17 to 22, I was reckless. But I definitely don't recommend that to anybody. Don't do that stuff. I was stupid. Very stupid. I was a dumb child. Trying to think, I guess I was trying to just find my place in life. I don't know what I was doing. I was an idiot. Still not the smartest guy in the world. But, yeah, you don't even jaywalk. That's a felon? No, that's not a felony in the US, actually. It's a misdemeanor crime, thankfully, but not a felon. I have been to jail, though. But that's what happens, though, honestly. That's why I say it's dangerous to shelter a kid, because once you get that sense of non-shelter, honestly, you kind of go, wow, that was me from 70 to 22. Like, I didn't want to listen to my grandparents anymore. I thought I was always right. Just wanted to be with my friends. I thought we knew everything. It was like us against the world. We were just always hanging out and partying. And in the end, I ended up in jail. And it really is a big thing that made me grow up. It's kind of a realization some people need sometimes. But again, not a felon. It's a misdemeanor crime in the US. Hard time in the slammer? I really haven't. Like, the most time I've spent in jail is like 36 hours. That's it. The worst thing I've really had to face is like paying fines. It's so shitty. Stealing a stop sign. Wow. Looking cool, Tom Barry. Joker from Persona 5, a criminal. You two steal stop signs. Why would you steal a stop? To spread confusion. I'm pretty sure there was a stop sign there yesterday, but it ain't there now. I guess I'll keep going. Oh man. Man, it's taking a long time to get into this next game. Some interesting life decisions. Sounds like it. I've never actually done anything really bad. I've never, like, tried to... Never, like... As far as crimes go, I can literally, on the top of my hand, tell you the worst things I've done. One of them I'm gonna be blunt about, but kind of not so blunt. It rhymes with Beam a Tree. I'm not gonna go into any further details, but if you get the correlation of Beam a Tree and what it could rhyme with, then I'll let that one slide. But there's clue number one. Then a DUI. I walked on a railroad multiple times when I was a child. I don't know why. My grandparents were super sheltered, but they would let me walk anywhere I wanted to. Really opens your mind up to basically life as well. Underage consumption, that was another one. Drinking in high school. And I don't know if this is actually a law or not, but peeing out of a moving vehicle, there was one time I remember in high school, me and my brother just watched Iron Man. Iron Man, the first one, in theaters. And we were leaving the theater, and when we had left, he went to a party that I apparently wasn't invited to. I had to sit in his truck. He went inside. While I was sitting in his truck, I got bored. So I think I chugged a bunch of energy drinks or vitamin drinks. I can't remember. But I just drank a lot of, like, liquids. And then we were going back to the next town over so we could play putt-putt with some people. And I had to take a urine on the way there. And my brother wouldn't stop me. He's like, dude, just do it out the window. And I did that. I don't know if that's breaking the law, but I'm pretty sure it is. But I did that, going down the road. It's like the top 5 worst things I've ever done in my life. And you could really take it back to, like, little 3-year-old tumbles when I didn't know what money was. Me and my brother, I don't know if you know what a thrift store is. It's a weird thing to even bring up. But, we didn't always grow up the best like everybody else did. So, like, my grandmother would love to take us to the thrift store sometimes. Not only, I mean, we got decent stuff, don't get me wrong. But sometimes she went there to find other stuff for a much cheaper price. It's basically a secondhand store. Well, like, there was a toy that I remember seeing in a 25-cent bin, and I loved it. And my brother kinda got what money was, but didn't really, and I wanted the toy, and my nanny had told me no, because I had already not been that great that day. Me and my brother had gotten to some shenanigans and pissed her off, so she wasn't about to buy some toys, even if it was 25 cents. She said no, but my brother was like, dude, just put it in your pocket. Like, she's not gonna know, and they won't know, and we can just have it. And I was 3. It sounded like a good idea. I was like, you're right. I can't just put it in my pocket. They won't know. So I'm in the car, playing with a toy she said I couldn't have, and she's like, where did you get that? And I was like, the thrift store. She goes, I didn't buy that. And I go, no, Jake told me to put it in my pocket. My brother's name. Oh, wow. Like, kids don't get hit anymore, and it's probably a good thing, but I did get hit when I was a kid, and my ass, as they would say, got tore up. Pretty bad. And I had to actually bring the toy in and apologize to the people at the cash register. And they were like, it's okay. It was 25 cents. We're just trying to get rid of it. The kid can have it. And she was like, oh no, he can't. And then we left. And I was like scolded the whole way home. 3 years old and I still remember that. At 25. 22 years down the road, I'm still scarred by that one. A gray crayon at school, that's about it. Lewd? Yeah, it's a pretty bad behavior. You drink underage. The stop sign fetish. There are worse fetishes. No indecent exposure? That's what that is. You know, at least it was not Tom. Like, it was dark outside. Only a handful of people could have probably seen me. But at least you know the list down to little 3-year-old's tumble of what I've done. Illegally. You can go straight to jail for that. A little doggy figurine? Oh wow. Yeah, I cried when I was a kid. When I was 3, I definitely cried. When your parents make you go inside of a place and tell somebody you stole something from there, you're gonna cry. You will. You will just, they'll roll down because you're embarrassed. You're afraid. You thinking, oh my god, these people are about to throw this child in jail. But, I mean, in some ways, I see how it can be a good thing. The whole fear treatment is edgy, is what I really call it. It's effective in some ways, like I'm not a thief. I did not grow up a thief. Good job, grandmother. I have PTSD about stealing. But, yeah. You just got home? Oh, hopefully you won some money, Troy. Welcome back from that casino. Glad you could jump in. Glad to hear from you as well, Troy. Hopefully you've been doing pretty well. Never tried it again? That's very true. I didn't. No, I've never had the urge to steal ever again. It's just, literally that day it wrote it right off the list. Just like, no, stealing is not worth it. Damn, I literally was about to rot this off. We exceeded the 20-minute wait. I was literally about to say, Mira, I don't think it's gonna happen. And boom, it happens. Next sponsor challenge, Chaz. Tomorrow will be the Death Nut V2 challenge. If you don't know what it is, literally Google search it. It'll be a very quick thing. It is a very hot challenge. Gonna be testing myself with hitting about 11 million Scoville units. It's gonna be an interesting day. You didn't know what stealing was when you did it? Oh, yeah. I saw you, Mira. Splash me with that water. Oh, but I am in auto, but I only steal hearts now. Not physical objects. Spiritually physical objects. In another realm. You broke a glass animal at SeaWorld, but no one was in the store, so you and your friends ran. You didn't want to pay for the ugly shit? Does abusing free trials count as stealing? You have to ask him to show his hands because he'll hide little things in his fist. That's kind of funny, Actually, also don't get arrested, zombie. Made a friend named Akira. Nice. Is it weird that when I hear Akira, I don't automatically think Persona 5 though? Like, I hear Rin, I think Persona 5. I know Akira was like an anime thing, or manga thing maybe. But when I hear Akira, I think about a car. That's just me. A few of you might be right there with me. Somebody out there was probably just going, yes! But I'm just saying. That's what I think about when I hear Akira. I love Persona 5, but not exactly what I think. I can't wait till the next Persona 5, man. I wish Persona 5 The Royal would come out already. I think I'm ready to make that journey again. Oh, there are a lot of people over here right now. It's a fun place. That's good, Troy. Glad you had fun. Speaking of Persona 5, have you ever seen what happens when you don't complete Shido's Palace in time? I don't think so. What happens? In grade 5, one of your classmates brought his dad weed stash to school and sold it to people for $25. That is the greatest story I've ever heard in my life. I want to regale this to other people. And don't hate me if I do, but I won't tell you if I do either. Take a drug awareness course as punishment. We had to take those as default where I'm from. Like, that kind of thing happened all the time, so often in the area that I live in. No kidding. Like, it's one of the reasons why my grandparents were so sheltered. Just bluntly speaking, yes, they were religious, but there was other reasons why they were so protective as well. The area that I live in is very bad about stuff like that. Not necessarily weed stash, but much, much worse, honestly, which is sad to say. But yeah, we literally had to take DARE. I don't know if any of you know what DARE is, but it's a drug-related program that teaches you drug awareness, mainly targeting for children, to teach them to stay away and say no to drugs. And the sad part is, in the area that I live in, the people teaching the DARE class were on drugs. And like that it's just a reality of the situation I live in, sadly, when I was a child. But yeah, I feel you all too well with that one, Zombie. Like that was a reality of the situation that I already lived in at home as is. Literally from grade 1 to 5. Kindergarten, pre-K excluded, but grades 1 to 5 had to take drug awareness classes fluently. You took Dare too? You had that in school, Minato? If you don't complete it on the Akechi or a bunch of cops run into your room and mention that there being nobody in the morgue and you get arrested. Really? Holy shit, I didn't know that. Dare was useless. Almost everyone you went to school with was on drugs by the time we got to high school. Same. I mean, I was partying in high school myself. I mean, I was underage consumption. So, I mean, I think Dare only just makes you more curious. Since you didn't learn anything. That's kind of unfair. It's not that fault. It's not that child's fault. He didn't know the average price of a dime bag back then. He didn't get those prices. He was just giving kids cheap stuff because he wanted that ice cream at break. He had those mids on that cheap. I'm using weird terms, only a handful of you'll know, but I just think that's the best story I've heard in my life. Definitely top 10 if anything. I feel more bad for the kid. I guess not. I guess I feel more bad for everybody else that had to suffer because of the kid, but damn. I've been in this position before. I'm not gonna ignore it. Off that oppressor, yo. He took me down, yeah, but it got that oppressor just enough time to at least get up there. Looks like they might even be able to get a 3,000 tons off. 3,000 tons off. Very, very small town, and went to school with the same 30-ish people from grade 3 to 12. And everyone's parents knew everyone's parents. It was kind of like that here, but it's like everybody's parents didn't want to talk to the other parents. Like, nobody literally ever wanted to talk to my grandparents because they were the religious people. In Portuguese class, and it stunk, the teacher called a cop, and the cop walked around and he was looking like it. Hey, you did it, till he actually smelled it from the kid. Damn, Minato, dodging bullets out there. Imagine the parents that heard about that. That kid's like I can imagine young zombie going home complaining about having to do more dare. Cause some kid wanted to be an asshole and go sell weed at school. And like, I get that already. Like, I hear the complaints coming. And like, I get it. But I also started thinking this, like, think about the adults out there that heard about it. They were just like, could have found that kid. I could have scored. What was I doing on Tuesday? Damn it, I don't think it got off. They killed me on top, unfortunately. It was a decent run there. The teacher said nothing about it. Some bomb scares at school. Damn. That does sound pretty crazy, Rez. Damn, your grandfather's a substitute teacher? I've actually got wasted at school once. Which it was a weird time for me. Like, bluntly, it was right after my dad had passed away. I was still in middle school. And, no, I was actually in high school, but it was still around that weird, edgy period of time. I've been wasted at school before. It's weird. I got sent to ISS that day, and they didn't know I was wasted, and I slept like all day. If you don't know what ISS is, if that's not in your school, it's in-school suspension, where you're still at school doing your schoolwork, but you're not in class. You're basically sitting in the corner, so to speak. Come on, oppressor. Blast. Whoa, train coming in hard. I didn't even know that hit the fucking mechs. Took me out. Your grandpa and aunt, really? We really all lived the same childhood. In the end, it sounds like it. Snitches get stitches. Oh yeah, I know all about that laugh. It kind of sounds bad though, because I feel like in the chat, like I was the kid in these stories, I feel like. Like I wasn't bringing anybody's stash, believe me. Nobody in my family had a stash growing up. But, it's the area I lived in. Very small town. Not a lot going on. You're either making babies, doing drugs, getting drunk, or you're religious. And it's like there's no middle ground for any of it. Then you got me out here, old Tombles, existing. Wow, really? Because of Persona 3? That is insane. It sometimes blows my mind how like the adult system was when we were younger was. They're just so close-minded. And now like every adult is so open-minded. I mean, it's an amazing thing and it's such a weird thing too. Like growing up in like the whole like 90s era and just seeing the changes that we have seen growing up in the 90s to now. I mean, it's almost weird. Like, there's not much of a way to even put it. But it's weird. We've witnessed a lot of shit, that's for sure. Cell phones being the biggest one on the internet. Not a conversation you want to have? I feel you there. You don't watch it? I would never want to explain hentai to anybody, ever. At any point in my life. Like, there's no point where I just want to be like, if somebody asked me where I just got to explain it, like, I would almost feel a little weird to actually have the knowledge to explain it. Like, it almost feels weird even saying I have the knowledge to explain it now, of knowing what it is. And it's basically default is the worst part. Just being an adult in the year 2019, being involved in the content of video games and anime that I like, it's on the flip side of it. Like, it's the reality of the situation. So I could only imagine that scenario, just having to explain it to any person ever. Fuck that. I'd just be like, you know what? I don't know what it is. I heard it on TV. Or I'd blame it on the internet. Like Timmy Turner used to do on Fairly Odd Parents. Every time his parents were like, how did you hear about that? And it just, internet. And it was okay. Quad a convo. Oh, yeah. The 90s was wild. That's what 90s kids remember, the 90s. I mean, you really gotta go hard if you're smoking and drinking those memories away. What's your kink? I guess. But the 90s were wild. Like, where they drew the line in the 90s was like the edgiest part of the 90s. Because even I go back and look at a lot of stuff from the 90s. They were very racist, very edgy. Like, where did the 90s draw the line? I don't think there was much of one that they drew. To be honest with you. Pervert in Japanese? You're really in the stop signs. That's what it really means. If somebody asks you what hentai means, just like, you know what? I have the biggest, most unfathomable thing for stop signs. Like, if I see a stop sign, and you look at me and my mouth is watering, all I'm saying is, ignore it. Because you know what? Something's about to happen. I don't want to be, you know, giving full disclosure, but it's going to be something. And it'll happen. Just saying. Get ready for it. It's going to come at you like Taco Bell on a Friday night in a small town after a football game. Has a stop sign hentai folder on the computer? Probably. I see that now too. We've had too many stop sign conversations for it to not be a reality. There was no line. He sang a song, Tiptoe Through the Tulips with me. Oh, wait, what was that? Tiny Tim? Is that Tiptoe Through the... Is it the tulips or is it the daisies? It could be the tulips, I don't know. I remember that creepy Tiny Tim song. That must have been a real damn good car, Zombie. That's all I'm saying. It's probably a Tesla. Man, this damn thing drives me everywhere. I guess I'm gonna marry it. Shit, I fell asleep on the way here. Hell yeah. It's probably how they talk if they're marrying their car also, by the way. Naturally assume, don't get offended. They're at 4, we're at 66. This could be good, this could be bad. We got 2 minutes, 37 seconds left on the clock. You love Taco Bell. Who doesn't love Taco Bell? Actually, there's probably a lot of people who don't love Taco Bell right now. There's an actual challenge out right now. It's whoever can eat the fastest, or even if you can eat 30 Taco Bell tacos. And it's not been looking good. The most I've seen people eat was like Eating with Sasquatch. It's a channel. It's a cool channel, I guess. The guy's like kind of, he's about, he's a little out there. He's got a pretty decent channel going on. But you should check him out if you like RIP Tumbles. He's definitely has similar content. Looks pretty cool. But oh yeah. So far, he's the reigning champion on how many Taco Bell tacos can be eaten in like an unlimited time limit. It's just like a little weird YouTube channel challenge. You're out, Steven? You don't have Taco Bell where you live? Really? But Steven, have a great night. I'm about to take another restroom break. I'll be right back myself. Give me just a moment. Okay, good thing is it didn't pop up while I was gone. Bad thing is it doesn't look like it's gonna happen anytime soon. It's like a long way away. Bubble Black English dub? Drunkies? I call them the Drunchies! I feel ya. 50-cent taco sounds like the shit, Chaz. A big go-to for me, I guess, let's see. Honestly, a big one for a while, and it's a hit and miss with McDonald's. I know some people say they hear McDonald's and like, bro, you eat McDonald's? And then you hear people, you say McDonald's, they're like, hey, I know you've had a Big Mac, but have you ever had a Big Mac and a Big Mac? So, McDonald's is like it's like a fork in the road for people. But that was a big one for me back in those 17 to 22-year-old days. I actually care about what I eat nowadays. I eat very healthy, to be honest with you. Today, honestly, was probably the most unhealthy thing that I've eaten in so long. And it's because I had the craving for one of the most unhealthy burgers ever. It was like a pound of a burger, to be honest with you. Where it was a layer of bread, then mozzarella cheese, crossroad forked bacon, pepper jack cheese, this thing called Super Blend. I've been making a lot of egg rolls lately, more than I should have been. I've been talking about them a lot, but believe me, once you uncover that secret, you just can't stop. So I bought this this bag of vegetables called Super Blend, and it's shredded up broccoli, shredded up carrots, it has some kale and some lettuce in there, and some cabbage, I believe, red cabbage, that is. And mixing that with lettuce onto the burger as well. Then the beef patty. Then that I bought another can of that hot rotel from the RIP Tumble series, which has basically tomatoes and habanero. So great. And then another layer of pepper jack. Then cross-section bacon, then mozzarella, then more bread. I think it was like this big, and let me tell you, it hit the spot. It also had some jalapeno poppers and some fries with it as well, or chips, depending on your area that you live in. And it was so amazing. Why do you have to work today? I wish you did, Mira. Yeah, I don't know. Last run for you. I feel you, Mira. Gonna play your game? I feel you, Troy. Have fun. Glad to have you. You like McDonald's breakfast, though? Honestly, when I go for breakfast, there's three actually. A local restaurant called the Biscuit Box. Very local. Get like the best biscuit in town. Unless my grandmother made it, then arguably. And then we're getting weird territory. Just say it. Outside of my own making, if I didn't make it, or my grandmother or my mother didn't make it, if I was getting breakfast, it'd probably be the Biscuit Box, Hardee's, Carl's Jr. for you, maybe, for some people out there. But I can't do McDonald's breakfast. It feels too instant for me, I guess. Which, no hate. You know, somebody buys me a good old bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, or a good old McGriddle from McDonald's, I'm not going to argue with it. I'll eat it. But it's not my go-to place. I do as well. Well, kinda. I had today off, tomorrow off, and then Monday off. But I feel you, Zombie. I'm in somewhat in the same boat. You eat yogurt, granola, and dried fruit for breakfast. I actually don't eat breakfast. Fun fact. Not at all. A lot of people say, most important meal of the day. I literally wake up with no appetite. I don't get hungry till I've been awake for like 3 hours, and then I only want a snack. And I have one meal a day, and other than that, I have small snacks throughout the day, and I drink a lot of liquids. That's basically how I do things. One large meal at the end of the day, loads of snacks, lots of liquids. It's not the worst lifestyle. It's healthy enough. I do have my skip days though, like today. Today was my big skip day. Again, I didn't eat breakfast. I never really ever do unless I'm just like, I have a hankering for breakfast. Like, I love bacon, but the rest of every other breakfast food, I'm just like, I have to be in a mood for it, to be honest with you. When you grow up like I did in the South, a lot of people love to have breakfast for dinner. I don't know if that's a worldwide thing, but it's a big thing here in the South of the US. And, I've had breakfast for dinner, or dinner breakfast, so many times. I'm just not a big fan. You have restaurants called Taco Cabana in El Paso. Used to smash on some flantas every time you came back from partying in Mexico. Sounds fun. You don't eat breakfast? I'm the same. Yeah, same. I feel you. Nice to have breakfast for dinner sometimes, favorite beer, but it's cool to do it. You immediately drink water? Yeah, I drink a lot of water throughout my day, 90% of the day. I'm a big water guy. I'm also right there with you, Riz. I like water, I like juice, but I do drink energy drinks, and I do like my alcoholic beverages. You're a pop guy. You're actually the first person I've ever heard say pop, Riz. So, that's kind of cool. You're a pop guy. I call it soda. That's my thing. But I feel you, pop. It's kind of cool. First time running into it. I've heard it a lot. It's a regional thing. A lot of people call it pop. But it's the first time I've heard it. It's momentous. You've had breakfast for dinner a lot. I feel you there. Yeah, it was the same way for me growing up. As an adult, living alone, I love bacon, but I don't see bacon as a breakfast food. Bacon's like an anytime ever food. It's like, if I literally am about to have a last meal, you better bet bacon's gonna be on it. I want bacon grease in my mouth when I go down. Carbonated water. It's hard for me to just drink seltzer water. Coffee is a big one for me too as well. I do drink a lot of coffee. And though I say I drink energy drinks a lot, I'll have like one a day. I don't really drink them a lot. I have like one energy drink a day. I'm a big water guy though, really big water guy. And depending on if you're in the chat right now, I may end up just checking that message later. Unless you're in the chat right now, it's something totally okay. Pop sounds more fun to you. I've literally not heard anyone say it. Like, most people where I actually live socially call any carbonated beverage Coke. Yeah, that's how it is here where I live. It's not even a soda thing. Soda is if you live around here and you've broken out of the Coke region, you call it a soda. But, like, outside of that, people who don't call it soda around here only call it Coke. Like, it could be Sprite, it could be Dr. Pepper, it could be off-brand something, it could be Pepsi brand stuff like Pepsi or Mountain Dew. They'll be like, grab me a Coke. That's how it really is around here. Of your chat box. What's in your chat box? That's a lot of splashing, Mira. You've been splashing a lot. Canadians call it pop, really? That at a movie or a restaurant? How did I get the Game of Thrones theme? There was this actual Sony View thing that they were doing. I don't even use Sony View. It was really fucked for me at first when I got the Game of Thrones background res. The way I did it, there was a link on Facebook that I actually followed. That they actually promoted the whole like fire and OS thing. Like you know, it's fire at first. Scroll up, it turns to OS. It's probably, it might still be up, I don't know, it could be over now. It was a limited thing that you actually had to get in on, but it was a Sony View thing, and again, I don't even have Sony View. What it is, like, you actually have to download, you take a very quick questionnaire and watch a trailer of the latest season of Game of Thrones, then they give you an option to download it on, there's like phone wallpapers, there's like, I think there's like icons that you can use for your character, like, you know how we have our, like, these, like, Mira, how it shows Mira under here with her little icon. She pre-ordered Shadowbringers, and LJ below her there with this little enemy character. You get those options of which ones that you actually want to download. And, I mean, it's not hard. It's a little weird. I literally, when I first downloaded mine, it was still locked, said I had to pay for it until I turned my PlayStation off and turned it back on, and I was able to use it, but that's like the best explanation. You could probably Google search it, just like Sony View, PlayStation Network, Game of Thrones background on Google, and it'll probably pop up. What, people call things in different areas? Oh yeah, I feel ya. You got the Last of Us 2 theme on your PS4? Nice, Chaz. Soda equals Coke. Video games equals Mario or Pokemon. For old people? Yeah, that's true. Actually, you gotta take that back. Like, my dad, when I was a kid, he didn't call Pokemon Pokemon. My dad called it Pokemon. Anybody else have those parents? They never got it. It wasn't Pokemon, it was Pokemon. It's like around here, when talking about ramen noodles, people call it ramen noodles. Oh man, I try not to. It's a big thing. It crushes me every single day. It's an everyday thing. Literally, it sounds like it wouldn't be. But I already told you once, people in my area call all soda Coke. And it doesn't matter if it's Sprite or Pepsi or whatever. Somebody was saying back there, like, I'll go back. Minato was saying, or wait, no. Oh, Rez said it, actually. Rez and Minato, in a way. But, like, yeah, like, that's the thing about this area. Nobody cares. So, like, it was like the same way with ramen noodles. Some person was a little illiterate and wanted to have some instant ramen noodle soup. They're like, ramen noodles! I like them old ramen noodles. And it's stuck. I'm not kidding. 70% of the population in the area that I live in do not call it ramen noodle soup. They call it ramen noodle soup. Much like they do all soda is Coke. Imagine being me in this area. Whew! I just gotta keep shit to myself. I just don't even talk about it. You start to call it Pokemon, ironically, but now you can't stop. Your parents call it Pokemon? Oh yeah, my dad did all the time. All the time. He'd like, so, what's been going on with your Dragon Balls and your Pokemons? Oh, Dad, let me tell you, he already said it all wrong right from the start. Ramen noodles, Pokemon, Coke. Call it cup noodles. Well, cup noodles is kind of appropriate. Like, any Nissan brand cup noodles you buy, they actually, like, literally advertise it as cup noodles. So, I mean, that's almost, like, slottable. Everybody love ramen noodles. That's how it is around here, Minato. You call it instant noodle here? Instant noodle still sounds better than ramen. At least you said what it was. It is an instant noodle. But they didn't literally, like, does anybody here remember Rayman? Like, it bothers me that there's not a meme out there for Rayman noodle soup. I literally want there to be Rayman, the character. If you didn't know who he was a guy that had a floating head, no neck, floating torso, no shoulders, floating arms and floating hands, floating ass, and floating knees and feet. But none of the rest of everything else existed. Good old Rayman, and I think he had Johnny Bravo's hairstyle. But every time somebody's like, Rayman suit, I'm just like, oh god. You're bringing me back to the 90s. Early 2000s. You remember Rayman? Oh yeah. The traditional ramen noodles if you get in a restaurant. You can kill some ramen if you had hot sauce. I can kill ramen, period. Instant ramen. Pho. Honestly, I'm really bad about calling pho ramen. That's one I'm very guilty of. That's like my weakness. The distinction between pho and ramen. It's like a very thin line to be drawn. But there is a difference. And that's my weakness. So that shows you my culture adaptability, I guess you could say. Like I love culture and I love to adapt to it. I wouldn't call myself PC because I'm just very open-minded. You know, that's the best way to say it. But like the fine line between pho and ramen, man, that's like the real like crossroad right there. You got people calling it noodle soup, instant noodle soup apparently on Canada. Ramen or ramen, more specifically here in the South, and then the traditional ramen. But really, in reality, is it ramen or is it pho? Having noodles in company restaurant where they live, I do not. There's around where I live, the biggest corporations are Beer, Carpet, Aussie Hot. Apparently, I live in Ground Zero for Aussie Hot. Fun fact. So we got Beer, Carpet, Aussie Hot, and Nissan exterior vehicle parts. You don't like instant noodles? You don't understand why everyone is so crazy about it. I think what people are more crazy about, Zombie, is the convenience. Like, a big thing for me, I love to cook, but I will admit, the first thing I was able to actually cook as a child was ramen. Very easy, very easy. You boil water, you pour it over dehydrated noodles, and put it in a sauce packet. Some people put it in the sauce packet before they put in the water. It's a preference thing. But be that as it may, that's simply it. I think I caught on to that about 4 or 5, very young. So I get it, but I get both standpoints of it. I'm very crossroad when it comes to pretty much everything. I can see why people don't like it, because it's not a top tier food. Like if somebody said, do you want a salami, bacon, and cheese sandwich with vegetables? I'm already saying yeah. With some chips versus some instant ramen, I'm gonna take that badass sandwich that I just said right before the latter. But let's say I'm in a hurry. I got 5 minutes to get out the door. I can cook this ramen in 3 minutes, and honestly, I could probably take it with me on the go as well. I see the convenience of ramen. Same, that's why you love it. Give you all your noodles! You love noodles. Noodles are good. It's really good they only serve noodles. That's cool. From spaghetti to ramen. Yeah, noodles are great. For the most part. Refried bean packs are so easy also. That's true. It's also true. In refried beans, if we're being real, on the real, they got that fiber as well. Oh. Looks like people might have stopped on us with rival wings. That might have been the last game last time. We exceeded the 20-minute wait. Sounds like some interesting spaghetti, zombie. Sounds like it went swimmingly well. I gotta admit, we got a pretty damn lewd chat. Noodles are noodles. You know, cooked in the right sauce, I'm just saying. Rez coming out there being honest, you know. You come out there, you make some chicken parmesan, maybe some chicken marinara. I don't give a fuck what noodles you give me, what shape or form. I'll eat it. That's awesome. I love that we live in a point of time. Like, I could only imagine years ago from the way my mom talked about how things, and my grandparents talked about how things were to 2019. I could not imagine going back in time to be like, you wouldn't believe what is okay now. Beans and cheese and rice are the foundation of your diet, especially cheese and beans. Well, you know, beans have got you on that fiber and cheese has got you on that dairy, so that's not too bad. Rice is good. But hey, you know, don't shy away from those vitamins. I'm a very big vitamin guy. Believe it or not, you all see me around a lot, enjoying some late night what's in the cup beverages. But believe it or not, I'm a very healthy guy. At night, I may not make the most healthy decisions, but throughout my day, I actually do. I watch what I eat. I watch my carbs. I watch my sugar. I watch my sodium intake. I will literally look at this camera and tell you I do not want to live to be an old man. But I will also look at this camera and tell you I don't want to die young, so I take care of myself. And it's something a lot of people neglect from time to time. And I gotta say, whoa, what the fuck? Mira, what happened? There's no way I can wait another 20 minutes. That's just too much. I cannot wait another 20 minutes. And way too much. Get some snacks. I feel you, Riz. Ice cream and noodles. I've not done that. That would be new to me. Andrew Zimmerman. Oh yeah, you need to watch some bizarre foods, Mira. Or not Mira. Sorry, I saw Mira say she was sorry. It's all good, Mira, but I'm not doing Ravel Wings again. I'm sorry, but that was it. I'm not waiting in 20 minutes again. It's so hard to do. I'm just not doing it. I'm glad we could at least get one win in there, though, at least. It could have been a lot worse. But, yes, Zombie. Andrew Zimmerman. If you want to know who he is, watch Bizarre Foods. That guy, he's like the best character. He's very bright. I'll say that. Like, very bubbly, very bright. Not abrasive and not hard to watch and not cringy. But very broad, like as in this guy, he's a Jew, very Jew, and that's not a bad thing. Don't take that as a bad thing. I say Jew as in he's very strongly opinionated to certain parts of his thing, but he does eat pork. So there's another thing in there as well. So he's a foodie who's a Jewish. Basically, I think the best way to watch it or take it is like it's the best. Like, if you know who Anthony Bourdain is, he's like the PG version of that. And if you don't know who Anthony Bourdain is, well, shit. He's just like a food connoisseur who is very PG, is a good way to put it. Okay, let's see what's going on. Let's check out the party finder. I'm not trying to... I mean, I would really like to do more rival wings, but it's already... It's at that 20-minute point where there's, like, one crew going, keeping it alive. There's just enough people to, like... I just don't want to be in a party finder for 20 minutes again for right now. So let's see what we got going on here. Cooking shows? I feel ya. No, thank you as well, Mira. I wish we could have gone farther, but again, waiting 20 minutes for something, I don't think I've really got it in me. I'm gonna end up getting very tired. But again, thank you as well, Mira. I'm glad you could join in with me, and you helped me get a win at least, so thank you for that. Definitely. Wish we could have got more, but no doubt. Thank you as well, Mira. Also, again, you know, congrats on that new house upgrade. It looks great. Loved it. Definitely upgrading that stuff. Oh, zombie. Honestly, if you like watching me eat weird shit, you'd love Andrew Zimmerman. I would prefer, honestly, like I say, Anthony Bourdain, the late great Anthony Bourdain. He's a hell of a guy. R.I.P. No doubt, but. Man, Andrew Zimmerman's got some good shit out there too. Well, finding healers wasn't a problem. So much. Oh yeah, One Strange Rock. It was so great. I loved watching all of it. I'm a very big out of planet type of guy. Very open-minded individual as well. Anything to do with like space travel, figuring out mysteries of the Earth and the world that we live in. I love it. And One Strange Rock really covers a lot of it. It's a very great. If you love Will Smith, you love documentaries, you love space, and you love biology and geography, I definitely recommend One Strange Rock. It's one of the best Netflix originals on Netflix at the moment. I promise you. Definitely check that out. This is going to be the last restroom break of the night. Hate to do it kind of early compared to the times I'm usually tapping out, but it is going to be the last one of the night. Give me just a moment. I'll be right back. Good deal. Who doesn't like Will Smith? He's a great actor. guys thinks that Anthony Bourdain died. He also used to be like, he must have had the best job on earth. Then he committed suicide. It really brings... Let me tell you this about Anthony Bourdain. Yes, those committed suicide. Do I think it was on purpose, though? I do not. Literally reread the sentence you said, Chaz, and if you really reflect on it, you'll exactly know why I think it wasn't suicide, but it was. I think of it much like Mac Miller. If any of you know who Mac Miller is and know exactly what I'm talking about, I'm thinking it was kind of that thing. The new Men in Black movie? You know, it doesn't bother me, to be honest with you. There are some people that are a little, I see the ruffled feathers about, but it doesn't bother me. I'm very open-minded. I'm that guy. I am that guy. That I'm just the most open-minded person where I'm just be like, you know what? I can't have a problem with it, and I'll tell you about it after I watch it. I'm more skeptical about how the media is going to take it rather than the fans. The fans are going to be just like it was with Ghostbusters. Exactly like it. But me, you know, I'm untouched. I'm like, literally, it's a cool thing about growing up through the 90s. You get this weird sense of adjustment. Where you see things just change because they change, and you can't do anything about it. You're just like, well, you know what? I either go with it, or I just dip out. And I guess that's how I feel about it, ultimately. Honestly, Chris Farley would have not... I love Chris Farley as well, Chaz, but look at Adam Sandler, David Spade, Rob Schneider. Hate to say it, that form of comedy was borderline racist, borderline non-demographic is the best way to really put it. So, like, yeah, it would have been cool if Chris Farley survived. I would love that. The guy was a great comedian, had great skits. Loved, you know, the good old van down by the river. Eating school lunches from kids and Billy Madison. But, like, being more realistic, that type of comedy's dead. It's very offensive. I could go on and on. Like, really, it's not PC, which is where we are now. We're in a very politically correct term of endearment when it comes to comedy. Us growing up through the 90s, we didn't see a lot of that. People in the 80s really didn't see a lot of that, who don't get it the most. I talk about it all the time, how I feel like we should have discretionary classes. Every workplace now to say what is and isn't okay to the common man these days. Because it's easy to throw that racist stick right off the bat. It's very easy. Only because of history, over time, has really gleaned in different segments. I'm trying to be as blunt as that. Like, I'm very anti-racist. If you're racist and I find out, you'd be banned from this channel instantly. Like, as far as that goes. So that is a thing. But like, as far as time goes, people have their tolerance level. Like, if an old person says some racist slur, people are just like, yeah, well, you're old, it's okay. I, for one, am in that thing where I feel like that's not okay. If you think that's okay, you need to have an adjustment class to teach you what's not okay. That's just me. But still. Exempt from PC culture and politics? I don't agree with that. Comedy, I love comedy. I'm a big comedy guy. But comedy walks the line of the PC culture. Like literally, like a clumsy person walking on glass. That's how I feel about the PC culture and comedy. Because I'm very PC as well. Like, I agree with it. If you knew about the area I grew up in, how I grew up, you would understand it more. But a big thing is the biggest, I'm very PC culture-esque. Like, I'm not gonna hate anybody for being anti that, but like, I literally believe in the respect everybody with as much respect as possible. Because no person in this world is any better than any person in this world. Bluntly put. You like the new Ghostbusters? That's good. I like the old school Ghostbusters. I didn't hear anything good about the new one. But, I actually haven't watched it either, so I can't really judge it at all. But I feel you, and there's nothing wrong with liking it. Yeah, everybody has a preference for what they like and what they don't like. Plus, I mean, they had a good cast for the new Ghostbusters. I've not seen it, but the newer Ghostbusters, I should say. I heard that they were making another one. But, yeah, I mean, I'm totally not against that. I've not even seen it. Plus, it had, you know, a good cast. I think it was a very Saturday Night Live-esque cast. I could be wrong. But pretty sure it was. And again, Chaz, don't be offended by me saying anything about the PC culture. And it's just being in the position and streaming for as long as I have, things I've seen. And also, again, if you knew my own culture in the area that I grew up in, you would understand it as well. I'm very, I'm a multiracial person. I don't have a bigger portion of anything that I could say that I am. I was born in the US, yes, but very multiracial. But I grew up in a very racist environment, and that PC culture, it's been in my blood since birth. Again, I could revert it back to even religion, saying half my family was Southern Baptist, the other straight Catholicism and Catholic, and it's just, my whole life has been about culture, so I'm very PC. I hate to say it, but default, I am very politically correct culture. I can't help it. I agree with it. But yeah, comedy isn't exempt. And the people that think it usually is, as far as the comics, not the people who watch. The people who watch, there's nothing you can do about it. You're watching what entertains you. But the people who commit those bad things, I just feel like it's so, I don't want to say unsanitary. It's not really the best word to use, but it's, I don't know, not sympathetic. Yeah, I mean, like, again, you know, you said, you know, if somebody ever gets convicted, I don't want that. You know, if a comedian tells a joke and gets convicted for being racist, that's not right either. But I can legit tell you, like, I am very Native American. It's not even straight Native American. Part of the Native American that I hail from is Alaska, Hawaii, Western Native American, more probably Nevada, California-esque, but then also very Cherokee, also Irish, also, well, basically, I could go down the line. I've been down it before. You probably heard it before, Chaz, but I come from a line of individuals who were not necessarily oppressed in the U.S., but were not accepted in the U.S. as immigrants. So when I see it really wrongfully going down as far as the world as we do, and you're not, you know, what you were doing is you're just stating simple fact that there are comedians out there who tell funny jokes that are nationality based, that are not offensive, which I agree. A lot of them are not offensive. Loads of them are, and I totally agree with you. But coming from a person of my standpoint, especially in an area where I grew up, the religious base, the race base, and everything, where I would have a best friend tell me a racist joke about my nationality, and I literally gotta look that person in the face and be like, oh, that's okay, you're telling Hispanic jokes. And Hispanic was the one that I actually left out a second ago that I actually meant to get in there. My grandmother was Hispanic. She was born and raised in Mexico, and then brought to, you know, she was naturalized into the U.S. in her latter life. But that was the thing, though. Like, I'm Hispanic, I'm Irish, very Native American from multiple standpoints of the U.S. here. Very oppressed, and it was oppressed by default is the worst part. And me being as I am, I grew up in a southern region of the world. I grew up in West Georgia, where, if you didn't know, where any place I've ever been to where anybody like ever wants to learn something about old Tombles here, or Michael Smith in real life that is, when they ask me, literally I give it 2 weeks every time. 2 weeks is what I usually give it, and somebody eventually looks me in the eye and they don't say, what's your ethnicity, or what is your what's your racial profile, or where do you hail from as far as in the world go. They look at me and they say, what are you? What are you? Okay. A few of you hear that and you're like, I'm a human. A few of you hear that and say, what? And a few of you hear that and say maybe some other nationality. I hear that where I grew up from, and I'm just like, I'm literally just trying to be, I guess, whatever the fuck you are. You're looking at me and you're like, what are you? And I'm just like, well, 5 seconds ago I was Michael. I guess, we got a different standard now, bud. I'm sorry. I may look white, but damn it, I know, I've got some different features amongst my face that don't match yours. I mean, that's such a big thing to me, that people still make a big deal about that. I talk about it a lot, but, like, I mean, it's like a ridiculous thing. It's 2019, damn it. You lived in Georgia for 4 years. You feel nothing is beyond ridicule. Yeah, Georgia's got you there. Especially if you lived here for 4 years, you probably felt it very. You're also very PC. I'm right there with you, Zombie. I mean, I see nothing wrong with that. Being comedian must be hard. Any joke can offend someone. Yeah. Being a streamer is the same way. Being a streamer and a comedian, you're wearing hot pants all the time. Are you gonna set them on fire, or are you just gonna enjoy the heat? I mean, it's how it goes. Apache, New York, Irish, or German. Yeah, so you know exactly what the full vibe of that's like. People just looking at it like, what are you? You're like, oh, that's the road we're taking. I was like, 5 seconds ago, we were talking about, like, what's happening in the world and global warming. Now we're at that point, like, what am I? 5 seconds ago, I was human. Or at least I thought I was. Looks like we're waiting on one more tank. One of these random DPS is actually a healer. But waiting on a tank, and we'll get on some Seru runs. I'm sorry I've been battling a lot. I can't really help it. I love to do it. And also, I mean, honestly, it's kind of weird sometimes how regionally specific people's, their outlooks can be. You get that all the time. What are you? Where are you from? What are your parents from? Yeah, that's me around in my area. Like, everybody's very typically white. They see me, they see, like, red-brown hair, red-brown beard. They see my eyes are not as round as a lot of people's. They see a lot of things about me, and the questions roll out. What are you? Where are you from? Where'd your parents hail from? What languages do you speak? Yeah, it's a big one especially for me, and the area I'm in. I mean, when you break it down, somebody's like, "God damn, you're just a cocktail of them all, aren't you?" It's like, yeah, you know, like I'm that human mutt. Been around, seen some shit. I saw fucking broadband turn into fucking high-speed internet. That's the shit I've seen. Isn't it weird sometimes and kind of funny how some people could like see it and hear a question but not even think about it before they ask it? Like, if you're like me, and I feel like a lot of us are actually here, the way it sounds like, a lot of us are multiracial. So, like, when you hear that, like, what are you? Like, it's instantly offensive. Like, it is. Like, it's an unavoidable thing, and if you don't see it as, like, slightly offensive when you hear it, I commend you so much. Like, you're beyond even what I've become in my life. Like, so much. But, the thing is that really gets me is, like, just the people that don't think about it from that factor. They're just like, they'll just say it bluntly. It's like, oh, just blah, 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 the thing that offends you the most, blah, 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 blah. And you're like, what the fuck are you even? The Native American dances, days off. The dances on YouTube. Well, that's interesting. That's very interesting, Chaz. And, Zombie, I'm right there with you again as well. Having curly hair, as you all know. It's the same thing. It's very, it's super common for me to just, like, have somebody feel my hair like, oh my god. You have the mane of a horse. And I'm like, who are you right now? Why are you touching my hair? I don't say it, ever. But I'm thinking it. So I feel you all the way there, Zombie. Yeah, again, where I grew up. Most people aren't really multiracial where I'm from, especially being in Georgia, and most of my family being from literally Hawaii and Mexico. Really doesn't help anything out. Saying a panty suit, take your hands off you. Look wide as tuck. That's why they express this. I'm the same way, Chaz. Like, I'll look very white. If you would have saw my dad compared to me, we would have looked like two different races. But, like, yeah, I am very white. I hate to say it, but I am. You feel nothing is beyond ridicule. I feel you, though. Honestly, I mean, a lot of people don't get that when you're, like, multiracial. Like, it's one of those things where, like, you instantly gotta kind of accept how other people feel. Like, right off the bat, you go like, yeah, they're gonna disagree, they're gonna agree. I know what's right, but I still gotta deal with these. It's like an instant thing. You kind of just gotta, like, reel in, you know, right off the bat. And, it's definitely not easy. But I feel you, as far as travel goes as well, could definitely get a lot more, worse. It's kind of how it is me in my area. Like, I like to honestly, I'm very blunt with it. You know, somebody tells me a racist joke, I'll literally look at somebody like, you know I'm Hispanic, right? And they'll be like, oh. And that's a big thing. And, I don't know. It's just crazy to me sometimes, I guess. That in 2019 it still has to be mentioned. But yeah, I'm in the same boat though. I'll like very white. Like I've been classified as white my whole life, which is very hard. Like especially in school, like you're taking the benchmark test or like some whatever the hell test, and you just like they're saying your nationality or your race, and you gotta put in one. You gotta fill in 3 circles to get them all. And then you find out 3 weeks later your teacher erased them all and just put what because they thought you were doing a practical joke, and it's like, no, but okay, I guess, yeah. Yeah, that sounds pretty rough, Chaz. I know you have like that whole military background and everything, or at least I think I'm right. I could be wrong, but I think I'm right. But I feel you, definitely. Okay, here goes last restroom break of the night. I'm gonna try to get the Serious stuff going. We need one more tank. But yeah, it's gonna end up being the last restroom break of the night the way things are going. Give me just a moment. I'll be right back. Give me a sec. Okay, at least we had perfect timing with that. You got a tank. Good deal. You stopped going to Mexico because, okay. If the teacher did that in 2019, woo boy. You can pretend to be offended and get that teacher fired. No doubt. Free speech is the key to democracy. It's hit and miss, actually. Sometimes people people try to like take advantage of freedom of speech. It actually happens a lot. But I feel you though. I feel you. I'm very PC though. I try to be for the most part. Like I'll love for people to feel comfortable around me when they talk to me, and I love to be very open-minded. Looks like the same person may be our Demise, the warrior. I'm not gonna do that. It'd be too much. I feel you, Chaz. Like, people allowing dumb knowledge that shouldn't exist. But some knowledge that should exist, people literally also doesn't want to exist either. I feel you there. It's a very fine line to walk. A lot of it has to deal with religion, which I've talked about a lot. But I feel you there as well. Hey Zombie, glad you could jump in tonight. Definitely glad to have you throughout everything tonight. Hopefully you have a great one. And hopefully you can catch me tomorrow with that RIP Thomas doing that Death Nut Challenge. And hopefully it doesn't KO me too bad. And hopefully I can actually get on some air tomorrow. I'm going to really try. But Zombie, no doubt, glad to have you tonight. Hopefully you have a great one. And until next time, can't wait. Good night, Zombie. Imagine thinking the Earth is flat. I cannot imagine that, honestly. We've been to space. We literally have live feed looking at our spherical world from space. I cannot imagine a non-spherical world. Like, the fact that it is still a thing in this 2019 bothers me more than anything.
Tremble before true
power. So simple objective truth is the law of the universe. We have no choice of the truths. The universe is no example.
Grant me the strength to smite mine enemies!
Nice. Mira? The theme in the avatar, cool.
Tremble before true power! None can match my might! Flesh on my flesh! Show them their folly! I must have more! Oh, Rabbitama!
Head to bed. Good night, Mira. Take it easy. Hopefully have a great night, Mira.
You know how to
I feel like I did that one backwards.
You brought this upon yourself!
%55%. We're almost there.
Beg not for mercy.
44%. We're getting there. Bring them into beauty sleep. You can join the group. That sounds good. If you want to join in Monado. Somebody may actually dip out. That's happened before, loads of times. It may happen. We're at 35%.
Tremble before true power.
Ah, shit. I'm in the wrong spot, and I'm supposed to be over there at C. Welcome back, Riz. %. We're almost there.
Flesh of my flesh. Show them their folly.
You really want noodles now, though you may get some tomorrow? Yeah, sorry about earlier. My bad. Ah!
Flesh of my flesh. Show them their folly.
That folly. Oh, I'm so dead. I'm like super duper dead. %. We're almost there. $14.
Beg not for mercy.
Does it meme itself? Is it though? I guess it depends at what point where it's audible.
Will not lose. I cannot. You brought this upon yourself.
1%. We're almost there. Should be it right here.
Nowhere to run.
Good deal. That's a faded copy. Fuck it. Done.
I could stay like this, forever following you.
I gotta call it here though. I'm very tired. I'm getting hungry. I gotta call it. That was it. That was it for me. I've had a hell of a night.
Be right where you are. You're a dream that I could finally see. I just want us to always be, to always be.
We got some mixed opinions going on, it sounds like, apparently.
Let's stay here. Let's stay here in love. Let's stay here. Let's stay here in love.
Give it to Wolf here. I think I'm gonna leave the party. It's been fun, but I'm getting tired. I'm getting hungry. I'm gonna get out of here. No doubt. Thank you all so much for watching. It's been a lot of fun. We'll be back tomorrow getting on that Death Sauce Challenge, that RIP Tumble Sunday. It's me in itself. I'm gonna get out of here though. Thank you all so much for watching. And hey, Minato, glad to have you. Chicken man and all. Looking good, brother. I'm gonna get out of here though. It's been a fun night. I'm very tired, very hungry. We'll be back tomorrow doing RIP Tumbles, the Death Nut Challenge, but we'll also be doing some more Nier Automata, and hopefully all goes well. But until then, I'm gonna get out of here, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Till then, I'm gone.